Our calm weather today may inspire you to go exploring Utah's mountains. There's a few winter hazards you should know about first.
So, joining us in studio to explain some of those dangers is Benjamin Donner with the American Red Cross. Of course, we're going to have you on to talk about this. What would be the first thing you would think about when you think of people heading outdoors and some of the problems that could happen?
The first thing I think about is make sure you know the conditions of where you're going. Things can change. Check that, see what those conditions are like. Don't just blindly go and hope for the best. And always tell somebody where it is you're going. Let them know, when do you plan on being back? Where are you headed? That way, if something out of the blue happens, they can get that ball rolling faster.
This sounds like you're concerned about people going skiing in the backcountry right now.
Skiing, hiking, exploring, I mean, even on ice, as we're seeing, unfortunately. Those types of activities, when the sun comes out and the weather feels nice, a lot of times we forget there are dangers there that we need to think about and that we need to be prepared for.
So, talking about that ice situation last night, obviously tragic. We're seeing firsthand one of those dangers.
Yeah.
What do you do in that situation? Do you just recommend staying away from it completely, or?
It's hard to make a general statement on all levels of ice. There are places out there where the ice is 4, 5, 12 inches thick. That's okay to be on within reason. Others where it's starting to change, like you were saying, Brian, up in Bear Lake and that, you want to be careful. If you're unsure, don't just go out and test. Because if you were to fall through, there are a lot of tragedies that could occur. Make sure that you check with those local and very familiar with it to make sure that it's safe before you venture out.
So it sounds like the first step is knowing the conditions before you leave, but what about when you're out there? Anything you should bring with you? What else should you do?
So always carry a backpack that has extra food, water. You never know what the conditions might be. If you're out in the backcountry, have a little shovel, perhaps a beacon that individuals can track. And I always say, carry a two-way radio. Our cell phones are amazing, but oftentimes if we get further away from the general population, you might not have reception, but those two-way radios can at least connect you with someone nearby.
Obviously, there's so much that goes into this, including warning signs and other things to watch out for. Where can people who are watching today go for more information?
So redcross.org, we have information there on the different types of risks. You can download our apps. We have an emergency app that will notify you if there are potential emergencies, but also our first aid app. That's a free app that if you run into hypothermia or frostbite or anything like that, you'll know how to take care of it and be able to help.
So you see the website link there on your screen. Benjamin, always a pleasure having you on.
Thank you so much.